Hi everyone, it's me B, and I'm on again today to talk about Lenormand. Okay, so last week I done a video on my May roundup and I briefly showcased my recent Lenormand deck, which I got from Effany, called the Lenormand Oracle. And I did say in that video that if anybody was interested in me showcasing my small Lenormand collection, I'd be willing to do that. And quite a few subscribers got back to me and said that yes, they would like to actually see my Lenormand collection. So based on that, I've decided to do this video showcasing that collection. I would actually like to do this as a hashtag because I actually quite enjoy using Lenormand. I find it quite a nice divination, and it'd be interesting to see what everybody else has got in the Lenormand collection. So I'm going to flip the camera around now and show you my collection. Okay, bye. Hi everyone, so I flipped the camera around and I'm just going to go through my collection. I will also try and add links in the description bar just in case anyone's interested in getting any of these decks. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about with regards to Lenormand is this book, and it's called the Complete Lenormand Oracle Handbook. Reading the language, symbols of the cards. I would recommend this book to any kind of like Lenormand beginner, because it kind of like just outlines each Lenormand card and gives you some spreads as well. There is a picture here of the grand tableau, so I'll just show you here. So it's got different spreads here, you know, and just basic descriptions of each card. So this is quite a good book for any kind of Lenormand beginner that just wants some kind of background information on, look at that spread there, on Lenormand. Okay, so let's look at my decks. The first deck that I would like to kind of showcase is this one here. It's called the Fairy Tale Fortune Cards by Liz Dean, and I would actually call this a Lenormand deck. So it comes with this guidebook and 36 kind of oracle sized cards. So the guidebook is fully colour illustrated. It goes over each kind of card meaning in detail, and what I like about this book as well is that it gives you the meaning for each card, and then it gives you combinations. So for example, this one here now, the tree, this card here, it's got meanings: good health, strength, fulfillment, and long-term happiness. It also symbolises growth in relationships, spiritual development, and the working of karma. And then it gives you combinations. So let's say for example now that you have the tree with the moon card, that means lasting success and acknowledgement. If you have it with the house, the garden and the child, it means a happy outcome. If you have it with the book, it means a secret wish is fulfilled. With the bird, health concerns. With the key, recovery from illness, the return of energy. And it also highlights the playing card association, which is the 7 of Hearts. So let's go to the cards. So look at the gorgeous backs on the cards. I really like the backs of this card. The card stock is okay-ish, it's just mediocre. And then for each card it gives you like a keyword. So that's the Tower card, Destiny and Protector, the book. So I would kind of recommend this deck really for a beginner, someone that's actually learning Lenormand, because I just think it's a very good, well-written book, and the cards give quite good explanations in the keywords. Okay, the next deck that I want to talk about is this one here, which is my latest deck. It's called the Lenormand Oracle, and this was written by Effany Dawn. So it comes with just the usual white guidebook that kind of outlines the meanings of each card. the actual cards themselves come with this beautiful silver gilding. The backs of the cards are really nice. Look at that. Gorgeous. And I just flipped through a few cards. So these cards are really easy to interpret. So, you know, you can see that's clearly a heart. And it's got the Jack of Spades as a playing card association. That's the ring. There's no fuss or kind of background distractions in this deck. Beautiful. Okay, so the next deck that I want to talk about is this one here, and it's called the Instant Lenormand deck by someone called Lynn. Unfortunately, Lynn passed away last year, so I'm not quite sure whether this deck is still available to buy from her website, but I will link it regardless if I can find it. And it also comes with like alternative cards as well, which I've put separate. So I'm just going to show you a few of these cards. So they're mini size, which is good for a grand tableau. That's the backs of the cards. And the archetypes are really clear. So this is a tree, and it gives you the meanings of the cards down below. She also sent a PDF of the meanings as well, which I've put into like a folder, because I normally print off the PDFs just for reference. Okay. Got the star. That's the snake. It's a really nice, cute little deck, and it's got alternative cards to go alongside, so should you want a different choice. Okay, so let's take a look at this deck here. Maybe Lenormand by Ryan Edwards, and it's 52 cards, because I think it gives you a selection of alternatives. So, comes in this nice box. It's just, oops, a daisy. So it comes with a guidebook that gives you very clear explanations and keywords, and playing card associations for each card. It's very clear. I do like this. I do like how these cards look. So these are the backs of the cards. Gorgeous. And then it's just a very clear deck. So this is the sun card. The mice. There's no names written on this deck, but because it's so clear, you can kind of cipher what these are. Okay, so moving on to this deck here. This is the K Lenormand deck. I usually pair this up with my K Tarot deck, actually. It's an independent deck. Comes in this nice box. It's got like a guidebook that just outlines the meanings of each card. It's like a pamphlet kind of style. So let's have a look at the cards. It's the back of the cards. It's got like a nice black and white stars. Background of white stars. Gorgeous. So there's no playing the card associations on this deck, but the pictures are really clear. Like that's the moon, the scythe, the ship, the tower. Just gorgeous. Okay, so put this away. So let's look at my only tin Lenormand deck, which is this one here. It's the Pixie Astounding Lenormand. I think it was actually once an independent deck, and then US Games took over it. So this deck comes with a nice guidebook, and it kind of like outlines each of the cards. I tend to pair this deck with my Centennial Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and I think some of the symbols have been taken from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So, for example, the rider, yeah, it says here that the horse in the rider is from the Knight of Cups, which brings news. The body of the rider is from the Six of Wands. The head is from the Page of Wands. So it kind of takes bits and pieces out of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and it gives you the card energy, the keywords, the full meanings. It gives you what it means in love and career and the timings. It's quite an interesting deck and quite a very good guidebook for something that's so small. Gives you a lot of information in there. So let's have a look at the cards. So that's the backs of the cards. I'll just flip through some of the cards with you. So this one here is the lady, the gentleman, and the letter. Now with this card here, because the woman is quite prominent in the card and the letter is quite small, that could be also mistaken as the lady. And that's what I mean when I say that not all cards are always clear, because if the letter wasn't written down there, I would assume that's the lady. So, but apart from that, you know, and there's this one here, which is the book. And I think that curtain there looks like the curtain of the High Priestess. You know, so the book and the High Priestess, knowledge. You know, it's quite a nice little deck, to be quite honest. Right. So, another Lenormand deck that I've got in my collection is this one here. And it's called the Way Lenormand. I also have the tarot card deck for this, and I tend to pair them together, and the guidebook just gives you the meanings of each card and a couple of spreads in there as well. So let's have a look at the cards. Okay, so these are the backs of the cards, quite quirky, quite nice. There's no player card associations on this deck, but it does outline the archetypes. So, for example, this one here now, the dog. You know, if it wasn't written as the dog, I would assume that's a child. You know, it's not a very clear archetype. This is the clouds coming out of a cup of hot coffee or tea. The bear. And then again, this one as well. This is the fox. You know, that could also be the lady. You know. This is what I mean when I say that not all cards read clearly, for me anyway. Okay, so let's move on to the next deck. Next thing I want to talk about is this one here. It's called the Winter Lenormand deck, and I got this from Tarot Collectibles, who done the Tripping Weight deck. Comes in this nice plastic container, and it also comes with a printable PDF, which I had printed out and put into a folder. So the backs of the cards kind of showcase snowflakes, but I quite like this. I mean, there's no playing card association on this particular deck, but it's a very clear deck. Look at that. This is a letter, clearly a letter. Book, you can see it's clearly a book. So this is the kind of Lenormand deck that I like. Something that's just very clear with no background fuss and stuff. This is the ring. And this is the heart. Okay. So another deck that I've got in my collection is this one here. Under the Roses, by Kendra Hartrew and Katrina Hill. And just show you the cards. It comes with a guidebook or a little white book that's got the meanings of the cards. And what I like about this deck is that it's got alternative man, woman and child in there. So that, for example, that's one child. That's the gentleman, which would be the man. The lady. And then it gives you an alternative gentleman, child, and lady, which is good if you're doing a reading for like a mixed race couple, or you know, a same-sex couple. These sort of alternative things are quite good to have. Just a heart, or the locket, the moon. So it is a kind of like a very clearish kind of deck. Okay, so the next deck that I want to showcase is this one here, which is the Pagan Lenormand Oracle cards. These are quite large cards. Yeah, they're quite large cards, and they're quite difficult to do a grand tableau with. They're good for 3 card spreads and maybe 6 card spreads. Comes with this guidebook. It's all kind of based around the Pagan way of life. Just gives you the meaning of each card and a couple of keywords. Let's go through the cards. So these are the backs of the cards, and each card has got like the playing card association and the picture, but there's no name written on the card. Some of the things have been changed as well. I mean, that could be the man, I'm not quite sure. The clouds, you've got the light and the dark part of the clouds. I think the coffin has been is like a tomb, because oh no, it's not the coffin, it's something else that's been changed. It's a letter. Okay, and just show you one more. Okay, so that's the Pagan Lenormand Oracle. Put these away. And the final deck that I want to show you is the Rana George Oracle, or Lenormand deck, written by Rana George and artwork by K French. Can I open this up? Okay, it's one of these. Okay, so it comes with this guidebook that just gives you the meanings of each card, and it also gives you things like context, question, answer sort of thing, so it can give you examples. So it's quite a good little read. So I'll just show you some of the cards in this deck. They've kind of got like an Arabian kind of feel to them. It's the backs, the cards. The card quality is very, very thick, so that's gorgeous. It's got the playing card association, so that's the man. I think it gives you alternatives, so that's an alternative man. It's the lady or the woman. It's another alternative to her. That's the lily. Okay, I do also have a couple more Lenormand decks, but I couldn't actually find them to show you on this video. So I will add the links, as I said earlier, to these decks should you be interested in buying them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.